Today we're gonna talk about what is Arams and how you can speed up your editing and culling. So Arams is AI batch editor that you can use to automatically cull images and also professionally retouch. From where to start? So when you shoot pictures, like when you shoot a big shoot, you have a problem of culling and editing those images. And for example, for me, when I have 300, 600 or 1000 images, it's really difficult to cull those images and then to retouch. And if we are talking about dodge and burn, heal, and all that stuff, those minutes, they add up and take lots of time. So Arams tries to solve this problem with AI culling and AI retouching that we have in Retouch4me. So today I will show you Arams, and I think it's time. Let me close this. Okay, and let me open Arams. So you can download Arams from our website. It's completely free. And also, if you want to follow along, you can register and maybe use your pictures if you want as well. So here's Arams. In Arams, we have projects. So the projects you can think of like Lightroom catalogs. They also have catalogs to organize your workflow. So here in Arams, we have projects. And let's create a project. So let's name it. Oh, excuse me. Let me change the language real quick. Okay. So let's create a project and give it a name. So I already have a few projects and I created this one. It's in case my internet, for example, has some problem. But for now, we're going to create a project with this name. Also, you can create names to organize your shoots. For example, I use date and then some descriptor. What I would like to tell you about the projects in Arams is that you should be able to organize your pictures into projects and then you can export them. For example, you can move different projects from one computer to the other one. And here you can import, but for now, we're gonna just create. Okay, let's click that. And when you created a project, you end up here. And right now we would like to add a few pictures and see how we can work in Arams. So let's add a photo shoot. So let me find the images. Okay, so I'm gonna drag and drop the images here into Arams. Also, you can use a button for adding images, or you can add images here. So when you're adding images, there are, what should I tell you about? So we support different formats. For example, we support RAW files, we support PNGs, JPEGs, TIFFs, and other formats. So right now, I imported RAW files. And from RAW files, we can use JPEG previews that are embedded in those RAW files. And you can control this here in the settings. You go to, hold on, let me show you. You go to the gear icon and then you go to general. In general, you scroll down and you see this option for using embedded JPEGs, JPEG previews for images. So what this means is that modern cameras that shoot RAW, they also embed a JPEG that you can use and it's going to be faster for your workflow. So here we're using that JPEG inside the RAW file. And as you can see, we already have all our images here. And let's talk about the problem that photographers have. For example, when you have to cull your images, you have to open an image, look at it. Is it in focus? Is it blurry? Maybe someone blinked. And you just go and look at each image and make decisions. And for example, when you're making these decisions, usually photographers use a few tools. For example, you can, how to say it, you can flag an image. So you can pick an image, you can reject an image, or you can have a neutral state. So usually when you're manually culling the images, you're using either flags or color labels or ratings. So here I will show you manually how photographers manually culling. So you would look at the picture and say like, okay, I don't like this picture, and you can use shortcuts for picking, for rejecting images. So for example, if you want to select an image, you press P, and you can see that there is an icon and it's white right now. If you don't like the image, you can press X, and the icon will be red. If you want to set a neutral state, for example, if you rejected or picked the image, you can press U. So using these shortcuts, you can cull your gallery, and let's see how it works. So you press X, you switch to the next. I don't like the pose here. Let's go next. Okay, I don't like it. Okay, so you go and make decisions like that. Also, if you have a group photo shoot, you would have a few people, and here these are portraits, and it's easy to see the details where the person looks. But if you have a group photo, you have to zoom in and check the details and where everybody looks, and it's really difficult to hunt in the picture, with your eyes and to find those details, and it's really time consuming. So okay, let's see. So let's continue culling images. So okay, I don't like this one. So as you can see, you can go like this for a long time, and some people get really good at it, but you can find like places to optimize this manual culling, and I will show you how you can do that in Arams. So for example, there are other apps. When you do some action, for example, picking an image, it will focus the next image right after your action. And here you can do the same. You can enable caps. So I'm pressing caps lock. And with that enabled, I can press shortcuts like P, U, and Z for selecting the culling state, setting the culling state. Also, I can press 0, 1, 9, 0 to 9, and it will set the rating of the image. And let me just show you how you can apply this in your workflow to cull images manually faster. So for example, caps lock enabled, and I press P. As you can see, the focus went to the next image. If I do, let me see, I have, okay, so I don't like the image, I press X, hold on, I press X, I don't like this one, X. So I can go faster doing like using caps enabled. Also, the other problem that photographers have is that, for example, there are memes when as a photographer sitting at night and looking at two pictures and trying to decide which one is better and which one is not good. So in Arams, you can use grouping, and you can group similar photos. For example, here I'm selecting similar, and I'm setting similarity level to 50%, and I will have all the images grouped together depending on how similar they are. So let's switch to the grid view, and here you can see images that were grouped, and grouped images have this icon, and you can either click it and open it and then close it, or you can press enter to open a group. Okay, so let's find a group with more than 2 images. And here we have a group with 5 images. Let's open the full view and open the group. So what I wanted to show you is that when you use shortcuts in Arams, let's say you go right, and you can go right, and once you get to the end of the group, the focus will go outside of the group. But for example, if you want to loop inside the group, you can just press up or down, and as you go down the group, and as you go to the end, the focus will go to the first image, and it's really nice to have this functionality to manually cull the images. So I showed you how to group images in Arams. Just give me a second, please. Okay, I have all those windows from Zoom. Okay, so what can you do to cull images even faster manually? So in Arams, we have face detection. Every image is being analyzed, and every image, for example, maybe has a face. And if there is a face, we're gonna show it here in this tab, Details. And under Faces, you can see the faces. For example, here, we can see faces. And we have two options, two modes. We have a grid mode, and this is really convenient when you have a group picture with more people like than 2, 5 or 10 or 20 people, and you can use a grid view to see each face, and like maybe you can see if he's blinked or if the picture is blurry. And yeah, and also, but for now, let's switch to one face mode to see the face closer. And let's widen that sidebar. Also, the sidebars in Arams are collapsible, so I can collapse this sidebar, and I can have more place to work with. So as you can see, I have two faces, but I only see one. If I want to switch to the other face, I can use the shortcuts arrows. You can find them right to your right shift. Also, they are comma dot shortcuts, and I can switch faces with those shortcuts. And for example, if you have 10 people, and if you need to see all the faces, all the expressions, and maybe someone has blinked, you can use this functionality to loop through the faces and see each face closer. You don't have to zoom in on the image and try to hunt for all those details. Also here, you can see show frames option. You can enable that, and you will see the frame around the person. So what else can you do to manually cull images in Arams? You can use person's filter. It will find faces, and it will try to guess who is who. And here you can assign tag a person, and you can give it a name. So let's give that is caps. Let's go with Richard, and you can tag a few people, and also, and after you can use that to, for example, retouch separately, for example, males and females, or maybe you need to find pictures where both like groom and the bride are in the same picture. So, and also, okay, when you select someone here, all images will be filtered by that person. As you can see here, let me make it smaller. As you can see, we have all images with this girl. And okay, we're gonna tag her, give her a name, Talia. We can look for other people and tag them. Sometimes you have to tag a few times. Let's give Maxine. Okay, so her name is Maxine. Let's tag her. Let's tag her again. You can, okay, so you can either tag someone here, or you can go to the faces panel, drop down, and right click it and select the person that you want to assign it to. So here I'm gonna assign it to Maxine, and I'm gonna tag her a few more times so that it gets better. Let's do it again. And after that, let's see if this is just okay. So right now here we only have the images of one girl. Let's tag her as well. So this is Monica. And let's add this to Monica, this to Maxine, and this to Maxine as well, and this. So what we've basically done is we separated all people into different identities, and right now we can use that to filter by those identities. For example, I can find all the pictures with Talia, or I can be smarter. I can find all the pictures with Talia, but without Monica. And you can do that by option clicking on Monica, and you will see a red frame around the image with Monica, and you will no longer see the images of them together. For example, if I come back and just select Talia, you can see that here there are some group images of Talia and Monica. But if you want to exclude her, you can just option click and that's it. So what else should I tell you? Okay. So Talia, for example, you tagged all people, and right now you can use it, for example, like Command A to select every image with Talia or and exclude, and let's exclude Monica. Okay, so right now we only have pictures with Talia, and we can move all those images to a desired folder. So we can move images to another folder, and we can create a folder. And that's really beneficial for organizing your workflow, because you can put each person into a different folder and then use it like how you want. You can retouch them, or you can retouch them and send that folder to the client. So I told you about this. So, and this is how you can manually cull images in Arams. I showed you how to cull the images basically with just flags. I didn't show you color labels, but you can use color labels. You can use ratings. So the shortcuts for ratings are 0 to 9. Yes. So also I showed you how to filter by person, and right now let's go to AI culling. So when we edit images into the project, they were analyzed, and they were sent to server, and they were analyzed, and some features of the image, for example, overexposed or some person not looking in the camera, all those features were found. And based on that, we calculated the rating of images. And here you can see 10, and down here you can see some with bad ratings like 4.6. And all those ratings are based on the AI analysis. So let me show how this works. If I open one image, for example, let's do this one because it's just one person, it will be easier to explain. So as you can see also, okay, hold on a second. You can show frames to see what people, what faces are in the picture, and also you can display faces quality. If I enable that, I can see that the frame is red. If it's red, that means that it has some bad features. And if it's green, that means that the face doesn't have any problems. Here we have a red frame around the face, and we can see what is not okay with this image. So let's first open image features. All those features came from the server, and as you can see, there are some like kissing, and there are like bed pose, overexposed, and other stuff. And also, these features were analyzed on the whole image. Also, we analyzed faces, and when you on the face, you can see the information that was how to say, that you got after analysis. And here you can see that she has closed eyes and she has bad eyes. So Bad eyes means that she maybe blinked or moved her like maybe blinked or in the middle, you know, like when the eyes are open and closed and there is a range between that. So it's somewhere like that. And what we see, closed eyes, and this affects the rating that we get from the analysis. What else? So as you can see, let's see all images, and let's sort the images by rating in descending order. Okay. So let's switch that. So here we see the images with poor rating. This is because the image analysis found some issues with the images, and you can use that how you want. So there are other apps that allow you to cull images using AI, but usually they give you the end result is like stars, and you cannot affect how those stars are set. So it's not flexible. Here in Arams, we are trying to make it flexible so that you can decide what affects the rating. So for example, if we go here and find an image, let me open this image, and we can see that there is an icon, closed eyes. And for example, in some photo shoots, you want to make the model close her eyes, and maybe you don't want that to affect your rating. Here, you can remove the rating from the calculation, just clicking on the value. Closed eyes doesn't affect the rating, so the rating here doesn't change. So let me show you another picture, another feature that will affect the rating. So here you can see that the model has closed eyes, so closed eyes and bad eyes. So let's remove bad eyes from the rating calculation. So as you can see, when I toggle that, so the rating goes from 8.2, it goes to 9.6. So you as a user can affect how the ratings are calculated at, and that is really beneficial and flexible. Okay, so let me show you the filters that you can use with those AI smart features. So here we have, okay, let me tell you about the left sidebar. In the left sidebar, you have navigation. Here you have your folders. You have previous import, and you can just filter by your folder or go to previous import. Here you have sorting. I will put it to name. Okay. Grouping. I showed you how the grouping works. And here you have filters. So right now, I would like to show you how you can use AI found features to filter your images and to remove bad ones. Okay, so let's open image features and let's go to the grid view. Here, we're not gonna see any underexposed or overexposed pictures because those images were shot in a studio and the lighting was great. We can go to face features. Let's enable them. And let's start with closed eyes. When you click the eye icon, that means that you want to see that feature, filter by that feature. Okay, so now we see all the images with that feature. So closed eyes, we can see. Okay, so maybe this is better like this. As you can see, AI found pictures with that, how to say it, I don't know, bad feature. There are images where the model is looking down. There are no images here. There are images where people smiling. So AI detects when someone smiles, and you can use that to how you want. Also, there is eye contact, and you can find without eye contact. And what is the most effective in terms of culling are bad eyes. You can see all the images with bad eyes and also bad mouth. So what is bad mouth? That means that when someone is talking, you can take a picture and the lips are gonna be like in some weird state. So here you can see all the images with that. Also, one really effective feature is out of focus. Right now, we don't have any pictures with bad focus, but let's imagine you're shooting a wedding or an event and there are lots of people and usually someone looks somewhere and there are like maybe he's blurred and you can see that and it really helps to find those images. And for example, if you have a bride that has to be in focus, you don't want those pictures to be in your how to say, when you give them to your client. These filters work this. So you select an eye icon and you want to see those features. If you select closed eye, that means that you don't want to see those images. So all the images will be filtered out. So let's remove all bad features and see how many images could be culled in this photo shoot. Bad light, out of focus, bad mouth, bad eyes. Okay, now closed eyes, not looking down. Okay, right now we have 232 pictures and before we had 259. So this photo shoot is not the perfect candidate for showcasing this. I have a different project, but let me maybe open it. So this project was analyzed and you can see the total amount of pictures in this project. Let me just remove all the filters. Okay, so it's 2841 and it's a big amount of photos and there are like group pictures and there are couples pictures, so many of them. And we can just remove bad eyes, remove bad mouth, out of focus, bad light, cropped, occluded, looking down, closed eyes. Okay, maybe here. Oh, okay, let me find a few more that we can check. Okay, so now we have 2384, 2384, and if I disable all the filters, let's see how many there are. So 2300, 2800. So basically, we removed 500 photos that we don't have to look at. So that's really beneficial in terms of culling your images. Okay, Dinara, do we have any questions from the chat?
Well, no, not really. It seems like it's quiet in there, but I just want to remind that yeah, there are some people that just don't joined us, so we will be sending the recording tomorrow, along with all of the links, except one that is available only today, and you can get it in the chat. So there is Arams link. So Arams, we are showcasing it right now on the screen. You can download it for free. And then we also have the free 600 credits that you can claim via link in the chat. So just follow the link, activate it, claim your credits, and then feel free to test our smart cooling feature. So, but we can move on.
So as a result of the image analysis, we have rating, and you can see that we have all those ratings. And you can sort and you can filter by the rating, or I wanted to say that, okay, so Arams analyzes your images and assigns ratings to your images, but we don't force that rating to you. You can assign your own rating. So basically the idea is that the machine cannot be as good as human. So you can assign rating using keyboard shortcuts. For example, let's set it to 5. And right now you can see that the color of the rating changed from white to orange, red, orange. So that means that you overridden, I don't know how to say, overridden the rating, and right now you're using that you wanted to set. And you can do that with other images. And also, I forgot, I showed how to remove some features from the rating. Yes, I think so. So you can toggle the feature on and off and see how the rating is changing. So we are trying to make it flexible so that you can use it how you want it. We don't want to force any particular workflow to you. So you can have the full power of AI with your own powers. So what else should I tell about culling? Let me see. Okay, let's talk about the metadata. So when I told you about the shortcuts PX, where you can set the pick or reject the image, you can do that for all the images, and also this rating that you have after analysis, you can save to metadata. For example, right now, when I press Command S, the rating will be saved into XMP file, and you can do that for all images and use that data in different applications if you want. Also, if that is a JPEG, you can use, so there are two modes for metadata. You can use XMP, or you can embed metadata inside a file. For example, if it's a JPEG, and when you load the JPEG file into some application, you will have that metadata. So I told you about that. Also, when you're analyzing images, the images are sent to server, and we don't keep them for longer than 24 hours. We need that, for example, if you lose connection or something like that. And also, one image, when it's analyzed, it deducts one credit for analysis. So here you can see credits for image analysis. Here's how many I have. And here you can see credits for cloud retouching. Okay. Okay. Let me show you how you can use a basic filter. So you can see that I have rejected here favorite, neutral, and rejected state of the image. So I can select closed eye icon so that I don't see any rejected images. And for example, let me show you how this works. So when you press X, the image automatically is hidden from the view, and you don't see that image, and the focus goes to the next image. So so you can cull images really fast doing this. Okay, so I showed you this. What else? Okay, so I think it's time to go to the retouching phase. And usually when you work with the client, maybe you send the client a folder with pictures for them to see and maybe to select for editing. And let me just, hold on a second. I will stop share for a second. I just want to showcase some good workflow tip.
All right, while you're checking this, I want to check one more moment. I hope you can hear me well. Can you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So when we move on to retouch, and I'm sure a lot of people will ask how it is processed and if it's local or not. So before we move on to that, I just want to share that if you purchased some of our local plugins, so you own them, you can use them in Arams, or you can use cloud retouching. So there are many options. You can choose whatever fits your workflow best. If you want to work in the cloud, feel free to do so. If you prefer to run it on your computer, you can do it as well. So that's the flow here. And yeah, you can choose whatever works for you best.
So let's go. So let me tell you about my problem. So when I shoot, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 pictures, I need to call them. So I showed you how you can do it faster, but also you have to retouch them, and that takes lots of time. If we're talking about dodging and burning, healing, and doing other stuff, it can take, I don't know, maybe 10 to 30 minutes per one picture. And if you have to give like 50 pictures to the client, retouched images, that can take you, I don't know, hours or days. So let me show you how you can retouch images here in Arams. And as a workflow tip, I wanted to show you that when the client sends you the images, the names of the images that he wants to wants you to retouch, you can just insert them here into name search. Here I have the list, and I can see all the images that I have to retouch. So here I have 20 photos, and let's open which one? Hold on. Let's open this one, and let me walk you through the retouching. So we have to go to the correction tab. Once you're in here, let's switch cloud processing. Cloud processing is required for you to be able to follow along if you don't have any plugins purchased. But if you have purchased plugins, you can use them on your machine. So for now, let's do cloud processing. And also the common question that users ask is that when I move the slider, why isn't it working? And as you can see here, it actually isn't working, and that's because you have to enable preview. So this is just for this release. So I'm using Arams 1.3. And later you will not need this toggle. But for now, let's enable it. So I enabled it, and I see all these yellow plugins, and they are yellow because there are no. So let's check a few plugins. So let's see the image. So I will use heal here. I will not use modifier. Okay, I will not use it. I will use dodge and burn. I will not use skin tone. I will use portrait volumes, clean backdrop, and fabric. So right now, I will click this button to create layers. So the image will be sent to server and the layers will be created. Once I get those layers, I can use them to drag the sliders in real time. So let's wait. Maybe it's gonna take, I don't know, 20 seconds. We should have set a timer to see how long it takes. But usually it's around 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Actually, it depends on the number of plugins, but here we don't have much. So let's see. So as you can see, the image was retouched, and you can press and hold this I button to see the before and after. The heel was at 58%. Let's make it 100. And right now, it's a big difference from how it looked and how it looks now. So you can toggle different plugins on and off to see the effect of that. Here, let's see portrait volumes at 30%. Okay, you can see how fabric works. And as you can see, it looks good. It doesn't look like, I don't know, you can retouch images and they can look unnatural. Here it looks natural because I don't have many plugins activated. But if you overdo this, you will get into the this uncanny valley of artificial stuff. But usually you have to be moderate with your adjustments, and that will give you the most professional look. So let's go to another image, maybe a different one, maybe this one, or maybe, I don't know. Let's do this one. So let's use clean backdrop. That's it. Okay, and let's click pre-render. So each pre-render will use one credit, one retouching credit. You can see your credits here. And usually in Arams, regarding one image is one credit, but sometimes it can vary. Sometimes it can use two credits when you're using pre-render, because for example, if you change some settings here, it will display you the color that there is no layer for that and you have to re-render. But in the next Arams release, we're gonna make it so that one image is gonna be one credit, and it doesn't even matter if you have pre-render or not. Okay, here I wanted to show you how this works here. As you can see, Fabric does a really great job here. Let's zoom in so we can see the details. Let's zoom in on the face. And I think it looks really nice and it looks so professional. And one of the advantages of Retouch4me plugins is that you can batch process lots of images and it will look the same style. It doesn't like vary a lot. Usually it doesn't vary at all. So for example, maybe let's select all images with Talia and let's export them. Okay, so let me tell you about the settings of the plugin. So right now in this release, what you see here is applied to all images that you select. So that means you cannot set different settings for one image. For example, let's do this. And when you go to this image, it will have the same value. So for now, these controls are global. So when I select, these settings will apply to all these images. So let's export these images. Click export, export location, original files folder, put in subfolder, and add to current project. And as a tip, and how to do a non-destructive, how to say it, okay, how to do non-destructive workflow. So there is a problem that users face with Retouch4me Heal. The problem is that sometimes it removes moles or some maybe nostrils. So you can export all your images into TIFF files with layers, and later, if you need, you can open them in Photoshop and mask the area that you don't want the heal to affect. So right now, I will set format to TIFF layers and click export. Well, let's go to the guy and see how we can apply plugins to him. Okay. Usually you would retouch males a little bit differently than females. So let's disable dodge and blur. Okay, portrait volumes. Okay, clean backdrop. We don't need it. So okay, basically heal, portrait volumes, and fabric. And okay, let's click pre-render and let's wait. So as you can see, we had 11 images and 2 of them already are done. So you can set, I don't know, maybe 1,000 images and go for a walk. And then you can come back and all the images are retouched in your in TIFF files, and you can see how the plugins work. And if you don't like, you can go to Photoshop and edit that. So let's see how this will look on the guy. Drum roll. Okay, finally. As you can see, it removed and it looks really nice. Portrait volumes, added a little bit more volume to the face, but usually in studio shoot maybe you don't need that because you have a good lighting setup. So usually I would use portrait volumes when I have some flat lighting, for example, overcast day. Okay. Also, as a workflow tip, you can use and create presets here. For example, let's create a preset and call it. And we're going to use this preset to when we want to apply that to the guy, for example. Or maybe you can make a like general, let's do a general male. Let's call it male. And you can see your presets here. You can see there is male, Richard, Talia, and you can apply the settings. So let me show you. For example, you can see what plugins are active right now. If I press Talia, you can see that Dodge and Burn was okay. So this is how you can apply presets to your images. So let's apply Richard and let's delete male. And let's retouch Richard as well. And then we're gonna see how this looks. Okay, so let's export file settings, TIFF layers, export. So previous export is completed. We can see the results. So let's see, and let's disable preview and let's zoom in on her. And that looks nice and beautiful. I don't know. I would spend maybe 30 minutes just on one picture, and here just 1 minute or less. Let's see other pictures. So as you can see, it's doing really great job. It also removes the wrinkles on the clothes. Let's see more. It works really nice here. As you can see, it removes this eye bag, or how you call it, I don't know. So basically, I don't know, you can put 100 images and you can be done in 10 minutes. And that's really amazing. It saves lots of time. Okay, maybe we have some questions in the chat to answer.
Yes, absolutely. So there is a question from Michael. If there was two people in an image, bride and groom, is it possible to edit just the female using only arms?
So in this version of Arams, it's not possible yet, but in the next release, we're gonna add this functionality where you would edit males and females differently, and later we're gonna make so that you can edit, I think, different persons differently. But for now, in this version 1.3, it's not possible, but in the next one, it will be.
All right, got it. And there is one more question. Well, you did answer it already, but are there any plans to add a feature to the program that allows for different retouching setting for men's and women's faces as well as children's?
Yes, so let me show you. So the answer is yes. And I wanted to show you that here, well, here. So here we already have gender. We can differentiate between females and males. And also we have age, but here we don't show it. So later we're gonna be able to separate females, males, and kids, I think. Yes, so in the next versions, yes, it will be available. So the images, I think, are done. Okay, so I don't know, it took us how many minutes? 5? And we have all the images retouched, and that's really amazing. And also you could just click the button and go for a walk, maybe do some stuff, and then come back and review what AI has done here. So let me maybe share some tips about how you can use Arams. So maybe let's take a look here. So when you export, you can choose your location. Okay, that's normal. You can also resize your images if you want. Here, I don't want to do that. And also you can select different formats. So what else? I showed you name search. There are different filters, and We are trying to make a flexible system for filters so that you can use it in lots of ways. So for example, you can use color labels, ratings, culling flags, also tags, persons, smart features. Yeah. Okay, so what else? I showed you grouping, how you can group similar photos. Here we can see that these two are similar as well. I don't remember if I told you about the folders. I think I told you. So here you will have all your folders that you added to the Arams. Yep. Okay. 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 Dinara, do we have any questions? Because I think I showed most of this stuff. Maybe I can share some tips, but I need some direction here.
No worries. It seems like we don't have any questions right now, but I think we just need to explain also what is the system here in terms of credits, because it seems like it's a great tool to use. You can get it for free. We offer 600 credits for everyone who watches it live. But what's next? Because I'm sure most people gonna love it.
Okay, yes. So basically, it can work in two ways. You can buy a subscription, and in a subscription, you would have retouching credits and analysis credits for culling. So also you could use local plugins that you would purchase separately, and you would be able to run it on your machine lots of times. Here, if you would like to use the cloud retouching, it would be one image, one credit. Yes. And you can check the information about the plans on the website. I'm not sure how many they include in the plan.
All right, yeah, I think it starts from like $20 for 200 photos, and then it gets cheaper. The more you buy, the cheaper it gets. So, and the only thing you need if you want to run Arams offline, right, you can use the local plugins, but the only time when you really need the internet is to do the advanced calling, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, you can use your local plugins, but maybe you would like to call automatically. So for that, you would need a subscription, or maybe you could buy a pack of analysis credits. I'm not sure about that.
Right. Okay. So we can just, recap a few moments here. I would suggest to recap the workflow from beginning to end, from uploading the folder, organizing it, and then to the export. And I'm sure that during that, maybe some people might have questions before we wrap up. Okay.
Okay, so wrapping up, right?
I mean, we can recap the whole process. So it's like step one, upload your folder,
Okay, just one
run
second.
this and that. Mhm.
I wanted to show this example as well. So how it handles pimples and blemishes. So let's touch and burn, portrait volumes, fabric. I just wanted to try it on this image. So let's wait. And for now, let's recap. So what we learned. So Arams is able to batch your retouching, and also it can assist you with culling using AI. So you can upload, I don't know, 1,000 images, 2,000 images, and you can remove, I don't know, a good portion of that, so you don't have to waste your time. And for 300 images, it took me 3 minutes to analyze. You can spend the time doing something else. And then when you come back, you can use those features that were found on the image and filter by those. After that, and also I showed you how to cull manually and how to use free tools inside. Arams has lots of free tools that you can use without a subscription. Yes, so after you've culled your images, you can apply a preset, a retouching preset, and then just send them to expert and set the right format. As a good practice, it's best to set the format to TIFF layered if you would like to review the retouching, the AI retouching. For example, if it removes the mole, you can later bring it back in Photoshop. Yes. Okay, so let's see this image, how it looks before and after. So as you can see, it does a really good job at doing like it looks professional, you know. Just as a reminder, make sure to not put all the plugins on maximum settings. Review before you export, because it can look plasticky and it can look really bad, you know. Now let me show you how that might look like. Heal, okay, skin tone. So as you can see, maybe mattifier is not good for this picture. So yes, just adjust the plugins accordingly. Yep. I think that's it from my side.
All right, great. Just have a question regarding the TIFF files. Did we cover that already? Like
Yes, so I told that it's a good practice to export in TIFF files if you'd like to review how it was retouched and to adjust like masks and maybe bring back some stuff or maybe remove some stuff later. And it's a way of non-destructive workflow, which is really great. So you don't lose any details, or you don't have to go and do the retouching again. You can do it like do undo, you know.
all right. And I see there is a question from Michael regarding the price for culling credits. If you want to just retouch locally without using the cloud. So can you explain one more time? Because I know there are free features and then there is paid features.
So there are two options. So you can have a subscription or you can buy a perpetual license for the plugins. If you buy a perpetual license, you would have 3 keys that you can use on your machines. For example, you could install the plugin on your laptop and then activate it. And that plugin would be bound to your device. And that way you can retouch on your machine. So that is really beneficial for people who have a big, how to say it, flow of images. For example, if you're a studio or if you're an event photographer or wedding photographer, if you have, I don't know, many shoots a month and you have to give out lots of pictures, it's really good to buy the plugin and buy the license. And also, if you want to cull the images, it is available in the subscription. Also, later, the subscription will have more useful features. So maybe you would use the subscription later. But for now, maybe it's okay if you just buy the perpetual license and use it in Arams. And I haven't mentioned, but here in Arams, you can use your locally installed plugins. So as you can see, all of them are listed here. Also, let me show you a really helpful table. So you can go to settings and to plugins, and you can see the statuses for your plugins. For example, you can see the version, you can see if it's activated or not installed. And here you can see that I can download the plugin, and you can buy the perpetual license and activate and load it from here without going to the website. So it's really helpful. So let's download one plugin here. I hope that answers the question.
I think we just need to clarify regarding the culling. So is it completely free, or like there are some features that require the subscription?
Oh, I forget to tell that. Okay, so to cull the images, you need the subscription or you need credits. So for example, you can get the credits by going through the link that we already shared, or I think that these credits are renewed every day and you get 10 credits every day. So maybe it's enough for you. But if you need a big amount of images to be culled, you would need the credits, and you can get those in the subscription right now.
Oh,
Or maybe you can buy a different pack. I'm not sure how it works on the website.
can you tell me, please, regarding the, for example, if a person wants to find all images of a specific person, right? So for that, they need to first run advanced culling, right? Use the credits, or
No. So if you want to find so I showed you the persons filter, and it's completely free. So you can install Arams, and you don't have to buy any subscription. It works out of the box. So here you just tag people with the name, and you can group them and filter. Also, I showed you how to exclude someone from the selection. For example, if I press Option and then I click on Monica, I can see all the pictures just with Talia, without Monica.
all right. So
Okay, and let me
okay,
add. So if you want that feature, you need to enable automatic face search in settings. I think it's enabled by default, but just to make sure you can check it, and then you will be able to do what I did here.
all right. So it seems like we don't have any more questions. I strongly recommend you guys to try it yourself. Also, when you get the Arams, there will be a small guide. So to help you get started, then there is also a video and our support team. So if anything, you can always text us and let us know your thoughts. We will polish this recording and send it to you tomorrow, along with some of the useful links and products that we mentioned today. And you can also use the transcript to get back to any part of this webinar, either it's retouching or culling or anything else. And yep, we are going to meet again in a future webinars. We are hosting one about conceptual thinking and art next week with a creator from London. So feel free to join. It's a free webinar. And there will be a few more interesting webinars where you can send us your work. You can send us some of your photos, and we will retouch them live to share how it actually works on your photos. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We will announce it soon. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. And thank you, Dmitry, so much for today's webinar. It was very interesting. And I see that some of the people are already giving us thumbs up. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, see you soon.